guys, welcome back to Darts with Jack, your YouTube channel for everything darts. Now today we're going to be reviewing, as you can see by the video title and the thumbnail, the new Joe Cullen 20g brass darts. These are a wood mount dart, and I'm also going to see how brass compares to tungsten. So let's get to unboxing these darts. These are completely fresh. I got them in the post today and I've never unboxed them since now. So, as you unbox them, this is what they look like fresh out of the box, and I'm now going to show you what the back of the box looks like. This just gives a bit of information about Joe Cullen, his PDC Majorment at the Masters in 2022. And now let's take a closer look at the darts coming fresh out of the box. So first of all, let's just have a little bit of information and a closer look at the flights. These are the Rockstar Prism Zeta Standard, and these are the extra thick flights. These are the Rockstar's new range, and personally I love the design on them. I think they match really well with the current dart. Now, as you can see, as I take the dart out of the case, these are a brass dart, not a tungsten dart, so they're not your usual darts. So obviously you get your 3 darts in the set. They have some lovely orange grooves in them, and I love the black point. I think the black point really adds to the dart. So now we'll look at the shafts. These are the Joe Cullen signature nylon medium length shafts, not like the short shafts that Eleanor played with in my previous video, and I love the Rockstar imprinting on them. You can buy the shafts and the flights separately to pair with your favourite dart if you prefer the flights and the shafts but not the actual barrels. So let's get to pairing these flights and these shafts with the barrel. So as you can see now, this is the final look of the Rockstar 20g Joe Cullen brass darts matched with his signature shaft and his signature flights. Now I'm going to give you a bit of the history of Joe Cullen, his titles, and give you a bit of a more in-depth look at the barrel. So let's take a look at Joe Cullen then, the Rockstar, one of the most prolific players on tour. He is my favourite player. And so let's take a deeper look into his career. He's a right-handed player, and he walks on to the famous Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis, which the crowd always love to get involved in. Joe has reached loads of major semi-finals and won the Masters in 2022. This year on tour, he reached the World Match Play semi-final and the World Grand Prix semi-final, but did not decide to even try and qualify for the World Grand Slam. So Joe was discovered as a rising talent when he qualified for the UK Open in 2008 at O'Reilly's amateur qualifier, and this kind of shot him to stardom, but then it took years for him to kind of make his full breakthrough. In 2016, he made his full breakthrough into the top 32, and now he currently picks up these trebles with ease. Most people know Joe for his rockstar-esque persona and his aesthetically pleasing throw. As you can see, he's so effortlessly throwing into the treble 20s and into the 19s. Joe hopes to get many more titles next year. So let's take a closer look at this dart in general. Now these are a 20g brass dart, but for me the weight feels a lot less than this. The weight is distributed at the centre, and according to Windmill's website, the grip type is square grooves, and its grip level is on a 3 on a scale from 1 to 5. How much that helps you though, I don't know. Now the general dimensions of this is 8mm by 58.4mm. So now I'm going to do a quick comparison at brass versus tungsten. So many people, I bet, are watching this video and wondering what's the difference between brass darts like these Joe Cullens and the Eleanor Cairns tungsten darts from my last video. Well, tungsten is a more dense and heavy material which allows for a slimmer dart, which means that the darts of the same weight compared to brass can be a lot slimmer. This allows for tighter groupings. However, brass darts, being less dense, needs thicker darts at the same weight. This means that it's a disadvantage for players who like to achieve tight groupings, as obviously it takes more space up on the board. Now, brass darts typically do have a smoother finish due to the softer nature of the metal, but it might result in a less firm grip compared to tungsten, which is what I feel with these darts. The grip on tungsten darts is more designed and more tailored to the person's needs as due to the metal. Now, tungsten darts are a lot more expensive. This is due to tungsten being a higher quality and durability. And that's one of the key things when choosing brass or tungsten darts. For me, I believe that brass darts are a really good start point. I believe this because they're cheap, they're reliable, and they can get you into the game quickly, and then you can decide what type of dart you like to make the switch to tungsten. Obviously, tungsten is more expensive. I started on a brass dart when I was younger, and then I've slowly graduated onto tungsten. So personally, obviously tungsten is for the more advanced players, but for a great starter into dart, I would choose a brass dart, and I'll touch on that more later into the video. So here is a 501 leg with the new Joe Cullen darts, included with a pretty nice 140.
I wanna ride with you in the morning. I live love to feel more alive. I want those eyes to never be lonely. Let's make this night the time of our lives. I wanna ride with you in the morning. I live love to feel more alive. I want those eyes to never be lonely. Let's make this night the time of our lives.
So this is my final review on the Joe Cullen 20g brass darts. Well, being a brass dart, they're not everyone's cup of tea. But for me, I think the grip on them is better than most brass darts, as you can see by the 140. The slim barrel on the brass dart actually makes the grip and the grouping quite easy. I find them easy to hold, and I love the shaft and the flight design. As you can see on my 501, one of my flights accidentally broke, and I found that I was finding it impossible to get it into the shaft. I tried so many ways and it just didn't work, so I put one of my other Joe Cullen flights in. But yeah, they're in a really good dart, and at the price point, which is around £13, it's from about £10 to £13. I got them for £13 from Amazon. They're a really, really good way of getting into darts, and I recommend them to anyone who wants to start their career in darts or just to play for fun. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your week.